I need to make a firewood rack for the house. And you know, I got a lot of stuff going on here in the shop, but this is definitely one that shouldn't take me too long. I've got a few extra materials laying around the shop from other projects. I think that I could probably find enough parts and pieces basically to do, you know, just a basic rack to put firewood in, right? Maybe put a little bit of a slant on the roof, keep it from getting damp or wet on the slim occasion that it does rain out here in Phoenix. Why we call them monsoons, I have no idea. Alright, so let's see, we'll put a slant roof, upward supports, the legs, the bottom. Oh, maybe we'll do a little bit of a design element here. Ooh, getting fancy. This is how my projects kind of spin out of control, because then I like start getting a little bit crazy. Alright, so we're going to go 4 feet by 12 inches. Alright, yeah. Firewood rack. Now I gotta say, this is probably one of the best investments that I made in tools for this shop. Was this chop saw. I used to use like a friction type chop saw, and then I heard about, you know, like, you know, the blades, and so I bought this one from Evolution Tools, and it has been bomb. I mean, really, it speeds up my work. So like if you're getting into metal work and you're looking for a way to cut metal, before you get like a big friction type saw, check out one of these types of saws. Evolution has a great deal on theirs. But yeah, check out these kind of saws because it makes it so much easier. After you cut it, it's not hot, so you can literally pick up the piece right after you cut it. Be careful, I mean, because you know there still is a little bit of heat to it, but nothing like friction saw. So anyway, that's my shameless plug. Not that Evolution's sponsoring me or anything like that, but I really enjoy this particular saw. So yeah, check it out. Hold your ears. Oh wait, let me get my ears on. Protect your ears. You know, like one of the things that I notice in doing things with round pipe, it's making sure that you get the 45s cut on both sides evenly. I'm sure that they have something out there. I mean, I don't know what it is, but I suppose I could look online and find out. But that's the one thing that kind of drives me crazy. Alrighty, so we're going to add a little bit of expanded metal here. That way, if I have some smaller pieces of wood, they don't fall down underneath there. I want to keep it up off the ground because here in Arizona, we tend to get a lot of scorpions. And if there's wood on the ground, scorpions like to get in and underneath that. I've been stung by those suckers twice, and it sucks. Okay, so this is my design. I use a couple of different geometric shapes like squares and circles, and then I have to trace them. And then once I've traced them, I get rid of the circles and the squares and all that kind of fun stuff. And what's left is this line drawing. Now from here, I have to save as a vectored file, or what they call an SVG file. And let's call this wood design, and we'll save it there. Then I have to open up, this is another project I was working on, so let's close that out and open it up again. It's called Sheet Cam. We'll import our wood design. And let's see, there it is. And it goes through, and I have to take a look at a few things here. So this is the design. Now I want to apply an operation. So I am going to use some thicker metal than I have been before. I mean, this was a 22 gauge. I'm going to assign a, let's see, that's a 10 gauge. Yeah, 10 gauge should work. Look at speeds here. Let's see, yeah, that should be good. All right, so 35 inches per minute is the feed rate. All right, let's do that. So that's going to show the pattern in which the CNC will take. Now I have to run what's called a post processor, which now saves it as a G tap code or tap code, whatever. And I open up in another program. So let's close this file. Do we want to save it? It didn't ask me. Okay, great. So let's go ahead and load the G code for the wood design. So yeah, it's a tap file. All right, now I don't know if you can see that here. Let's, all right, sorry about that. I'm gonna get in here and kind of show you. All right, so there's our design. I have to now kind of load it up to the XY axis. So what I need to do now is I need to position the machine so that it has a 0 setting. So basically what I'm doing now is I'm just setting up a starting point, or what they call the homing position. There we go. Okay, so these are the coordinates that I've just set. So I'm going to 0 everything out, and that becomes my new 0. I'm going to reference this home and have it go to 0. All right, so the machine is zeroed, the coordinates are set. Now what I have to do is, one, I'm going to take you off the tripod now. So the machine is set and ready. One of the things you have to do is you have to ground the piece of metal that you're working with, so that's your ground. All right, this is my machine. Shows that I'm on. All right, this is my air control, so you have a compressor running into that. Let's double check. I think we're ready to start. Okay, so now all I need to do is just push the button and it starts. Shield your eyes. Okay, sorry about the compressor. Alright, so it's a little bit of a sharp edge here on the sheet metal. So I'm going to add in just some rubber tubing just to kind of cover up this area. This is just silicone. That way it stays on. The music in the background. This is what happens whenever I'm not recording, actually. I got the music playing all the time. Because who wants to be in a shop that is dead quiet? And it's still hot enough here in Phoenix that I usually run the evaporative cooler, but I have to turn that off when I'm recording because in some of my videos, as I'm sure you've heard, it's pretty loud. And it just gets a little bit distracting when you have that loud noise. I just picked up some tubing over at the local hardware store, and then just took my knife and just split it. Now I know that you could probably go to an upholstery store, and they will probably have tubing that's already split. I think they use it for like door frames on cars and things like that. But you know what, this is going outside, it's just for my house, I'm not worried too much about it, you know. I work with sheet metal a lot, so I'm kind of used to getting cut by this stuff. You would think because I work with it so much that I would always wear my gloves. However, sometimes it's just one of those things where you move a piece real quick to get it out of your way and your gloves are, you know, across the shop or something. And so you think, oh, let me just move this real quick, and then before you know it, you cut yourself. So in a metal shop, make sure you get a tetanus shot. I get one every year just for the sake of having one, man. I'm always getting cut. I think I'm just kind of one of those accident-prone people. Which is probably not a good thing to be in a metal shop by any means. Alright. Now we just got to get it over to the house. Alright, check it out. The wood rack is in its place. Got the little design there. The more I look at it, it kind of looks like a Japanese flag or something like that. But hey, you know, I was in Japan for a while. I thought that was kind of cool when I was there. So hey, a little tribute to them maybe. So there you go. Yeah, wood rack complete. All right, cool. Hey, thanks for watching my video. If you liked what you saw, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe over there. And if you have a little extra time, check out another video. We'll see you next time.